Hello, this is the MIDI scale LEGO Star Wars Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle for 2025. It comes with 386 pieces. It cost me $70 US. It's 70 euros, 60 pounds UK, or $90 Canadian. Unlike the famously inaccurate first minifig compatible version of this thing that LEGO did, this one does have the ability to change the angles of the wings in and out. That looks pretty good, works pretty well, just uses click hinges there. And it has the proper black color. However, unlike that first attempt, this one does not have the wings that are able to shorten down, to contract down into themselves with the small little hinging mechanism. So yeah, you're able to get some of the movement here once again, but not all of it. But I think this is the more important thing. I think more people are going to want to have it displayed like that than in its landing mode. It also does not have any landing gear that come with it. It has the standard MIDI scale Starship series little plaque and stand as well. Just a lot of compatibility there. And of course, you're able to take this off the stand. But before I do that briefly, I wanted to just address the size of it, because when I saw the pictures of this, I thought it looked not only thin with so much of its surface being just a few plates thick. I thought that the whole thing just looked tiny, but I mean, the acclimator is small. And compared to that, it does look like you have quite a bit of volume of stuff here. And bringing in another recent one of these Starship series craft, a larger one, hey, it actually kind of looks like it would fit, I think, in a display. This is getting closer to the size of the SSD. And I just feel like in general, if anything, this is too large for the series. Now, they're not all to the same scale. They're not intended to be all to the same scale, not even close. But this really does, it really steals the show, honestly. You build the fuselage first, and it has decent shaping on it. I don't love that step right there, but they did want to have an angle towards this front portion going down towards the cockpit itself. This little indent is nicely done. I think that looking at it from the front is pretty decent. It also looks very good from the back. I love the use of the parts for the engines right there. That feels good and right to me. I also like the little bit of greebling and the inboard portion of the wings and also the cannons out here. Like that's nice. And again, this is just plates here, so there's not a whole lot to see, but they did bring in some texture and some greebling along the edges, including some of the marker lights, which are important and make sense. You also have the slight protrusion right here at the tip and just a little bit of greebling along the way. A decent mix between studded and non-studded surfaces, some of the smooth areas in there. And all in all, I think it looks very good for its size. Now, you can put it in landed mode on the ground like that, but then again, the wings are much too tall here. But other toys have done that, and other collectibles have done that, especially the die-cast. I think the first die-cast that was done was notable in that way. Got other things right, but didn't get that part right. But this is very swishable as well if you want to swish it around. I mean, compared to minifig scale, it's like a microfighter, honestly. It's a little bit larger than a microfighter. I think the main fuselage portion of it, at least, not the wings, but this here, you just imagine. It's like a double microfighter designed for two people. Put another person just behind there in terms of its size. So you're probably not going to be playing with this much, but it is good that it's able to be picked up and grabbed. That's just fine. And it's just got a nice secure connection that's not too annoying to remove to its space there. That's what it looks like from around the back. So, it doesn't really have any camera unfriendly angles per se. These are the only leftover pieces, and you may be wondering what's up with the wand that they first recolored to red for that weird radio set. Well, that's a spoiler. You learn about that when you build it. If you want me to do spoilers on this channel, folks, please let me know. But from what I've seen, a lot of people prefer that I don't spoil nice little hidden details that are just fun to see if you end up getting something and building it. It's not that big of a deal, so I prefer to just not go there, and you can figure it out or find out for yourself if you want to. Personally, I really wish that more of internet culture was tuned towards not spoiling everyone on everything all the time by default. The price of this, again, was $70 US, 70 euros, 60 pounds UK, or $90 Canadian for just 386 386 pieces. It's not a lot of pieces, and honestly, there's not a whole lot of stuff here because most of what you build is down here in terms of complexity. And then these are just some stacks of plates. But they are expansive. They do go out quite far. And like I said, this gives you quite a lot of visual weight. You know, this thing does have some serious impact on display. I personally think that of the in-universe, well, not in-universe, but in reality, Lambda Shuttle inspired designs and derived designs, of which there are way too many in Star Wars these days, unfortunately. I think this is one of the more unique and one of the more elegant and one of the more worthy of existing because it goes far enough away from that design. It kind of brought in its own thing, although the design here of the front of the cockpit has been used in several other designs now, unfortunately, at completely different parts of the timeline. But this angle of the wing and making it all black, like I think that this is actually a pretty elegant thing, even though, you know, not a whole lot of people are into the sequel trilogy, even now, even though some of the folks who were kids when the sequel trilogy was in theaters are now turning into adults. I'm still not seeing a whole lot of love coming back for this era. But, you know, if you like the elegance of this, if you like the look of it, and you never got one of the minifig compatible ones, this is a nice way to get its design in your display without taking up as much space. And at least in this full flight mode, it looks very accurate. So I think this deserves to exist. The price, though, I'm still not super happy with. I personally think that I feel like this would feel expensive at $50, like normal expensive. Normal expensive. If that makes any sense. Yeah, $50, I could definitely see this working out because, again, it's not a whole lot of stuff, but you know, it kind of cheats a little bit with the length of the wings to give you a nice amount of display. So that's about where I'm at with it, and I would recommend that if you like it, like I was saying, but you don't want to pay that price, just wait. I think this is something that will go on sale most places. Obviously, again, as I always acknowledge, because so many viewers are quick to correct me, there are some places in the world that get discounts on day one. Most places in the world do not. And I think that it's worth, if you like this, I think it's worth waiting for discounts because I think demand for this one in particular is going to be low. And therefore, the chances of getting better discounts sooner, even in places that don't usually get them up front, is higher. So there you go. Thank you for watching. I actually like the thing, you know. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that this video brought you some value. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.